Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. Be seen on WHPR Detroit Live, Comcast Cable Channel 91, on the web at TV33WHPR.com, with the TV33 app, on Roku, Google TV, Apple TV, and on Amazon Fire TV. Act now. Time slots are limited. Sign up today and get a free replay with the purchase of your time slot. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones and We're hot with the Talk Beat Jones, and I am Billy E. Jones. I want to thank you for being with us today. Whatever time it may be where you're watching the program, we want to thank you for being there and make sure that you continue to share the program with your family, your friends, and others that you want to be a part of the Talk Beat Jones. Again, I am Billy E. Jones, and again, we want to thank you for joining us. And I think that probably what I'm going to do is repeat myself, because you got folks who are just now getting up, just now doing that thing. Whoop, come over to WHPR TV 33, and of course you can pick us up on the Roku, the Apple, the Amazon, the Echo, the Fire Stick, the Alexa, the Facebook, and other live streaming modalities. You want to do that. You want to make sure that your friends have an opportunity to join us on the Talk Beat Jones. Remember, the Talk Beat Jones, we're on the air every Wednesday from 10 until 11 a.m. Got a little confused because I have folks calling me and letting me know, I'm watching the program, Billy, but they was receiving a shared program for a different time zone. So again, share it and let your folks know that you're enjoying the Talk Beat Jones, and we bring the information, and we want to let you know this. When you're watching the program, remember, it's not a process where we're going to stay with a program, stay with a conversation for an extended period of time. So if you're watching, you say, oh, I don't want to hear that. Not a problem. We're going to change. We're going to have other things for you to listen to, other things for you to call in and talk on the Talk Beat Jones. And you can do that by writing this number down, 313-868-0351. Once again, write this number down, 313-868-0315. Okay, you write that number down, and you 0351, that's the number. Thank you, Tim, so that we can get that number, get you on the line so you can talk with folks and let them know what's on your mind, what you're thinking, what's going on, what's happening in the world, what's going on down the street, round the corner, up the block from you. We want to know. The people want to know. You say, can you make talk entertaining? Shucks, yes, we can. How do we do that? What do they do on those reality shows? All you're doing is listening to them talk. What is it that makes you sit up and watch the programs that you're sitting there and you can't call? You can't interact. All you can do is watch and hope that they'll say something that's important for you to listen to, or something funny. We got it all right here on the Talk Beat Jones, because again, we're going to give you that great information. We're going to make it so that you can say, that was kind of funny, but he told us something. They told us something. I told us something. You called in. You got it going on the Talk Beat Jones. And we certainly appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you handling. Thank you, Tim. Doing so well, so much wonderfulness, that I'm getting so many requests from friends from all over the world, and I want to thank you for my friends We do appreciate and want to get back with you. But again, family, this is the Talk B. Jones. And again, I am Billy E. Jones, and we're on the air every Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. We certainly invite you to invite your friends to like and share this program. And you're doing such a wonderful, wonderful job of sharing the program. We certainly appreciate that, and it gives us that inspiration to keep on pushing, to keep on kicking, to make it right for you, the world, as well as our local folks in the United States of America. Talk B. Jones, 10 to 11 on Wednesday. Well, let's get ready to get started with our program, and let me see if I have persons on the phones here. Good morning. This is the Talk B. Jones. I am Billy E. Jones, and can I get your first name and your conversation, please?
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is Mr. Leo.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and Mr. Leo Bazile, when I bring you back, what I'd like to do is, again, we are going through a different time period again, and we have folks who don't know something of your history. Like, I like to let them know who you are.
Okay.
And so I'm going to come back with that shortly, okay?
All right.
Because, again, we got these folks going around the world, and again, one thing that I love about the Talk B. Jones is every week we come on the air, we've got more and more and more and more viewers that's watching the program, that's letting us know this is what we want. You, Mr. Leo Bazile, is a very, very important part of what they want. Please hold. Good morning, good evening, whatever time it may be. This is your time to let us know what's your first name or your name, and where you calling from, please.
This is Michelle Broughton, and good morning. And Detroit, Michigan is where I'm calling in from.
Now, that makes me feel good. And also, Miss Broughton, did I say it correctly?
Yes.
Okay, we're also going to ask you to kind of give us an update in terms of who you are, so that the viewers will know some background in terms of the folks that they're listening to, and maybe that they want to talk. And between the three of us, we'll be answering questions or passing information to the world, and we want them to know why we feel, and I'm going to say this, why do we feel that we have one of the top programs in terms of being able to give information out, being able to answer questions, and being able to take a question and give a solution to that problem. That's what we have with our folks here on the Talk B. Jones. So, Michelle, we're going to come back to you shortly, okay?
Okay.
All right. Mr. Leo Bazile and family, again, I have a line that's open. Wow. I took a blank because I thought about someone who left us, and I wanted to say something. Maybe I'll do it after the commercial break about a transition, etc. But Mr. Leo Bazile,
Yes, sir.
tell us, so that the world will understand that when they listen to Mr. Leo Bazile, some of your background, the way we used to do that, please, real quickly.
Well, I'm in Oakland, California, and I'm a retired attorney, and I am a widower now. I lost my wife and everything, so I'm just kind of enjoying life, looking out the window and waiting for this COVID thing to pass so that I could get back out on the road and come out to Detroit and see you, Billy.
Okay, we hope to see you sometime, but also, Mr. Bazile, we want to give the other process that you are an original Black Panther, that you are a person that is a two-time council person from Oakland, California. Of course, you are a 30-year attorney. We have you as an activist, and etc. You also happen to be a school teacher. I mean, not a Sunday school teacher for young men. Okay, and Miss Michelle Broughton, give us a little update about yourself in terms of why should they believe that I have one of the best persons to break things down.
Well, for one thing, I'm a people's person, I believe. I'm an educator. I'm a daughter, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, I'm a community activist. I've been a precinct delegate for over 31 years now, active in the Democratic Party, but I'm also an issue fact chaser. So I go with issues that are important to our community, and the community that I'm in is Detroit, Michigan in particular.
Also, your condition, your situation, what position are you with the teachers?
Oh, also, I am the treasurer of the largest teacher union in the state, which is Detroit Federation of Teachers. I am the treasurer, voted in by my members of the union.
Okay. And since we have you right there, what is the conditions in terms of our students returning to class?
Well, our national president said we will be opening up schools in the fall. Our school board voted last night to open the schools as they can, possibly Monday. Students, let me say students 12 and up, are getting their vaccines. We have vaccine stations at our schools, and I know we have one at the school that I work in. And the parents are really coming out trying to get a handle on these things so we can return to work safely. Our teachers are also getting vaccinated so they can return to work safely.
Okay, while I have you here, let me just ask you this question as I read this. School districts struggling to hold onto teachers. Got to get the light right. Okay, here we go. Teachers turnover has battered Michigan school districts, particularly those with high populations of students of color and low-income students, according to a new report from the Education Trust Midwest. The report out Tuesday, citing teacher turnover data from a recent Chalkbeat Detroit analysis and interviews with education leaders in Michigan, blames some of the hiring issues schools have on state funding inequities. Ultimately, the turnover harms students, school leaders from across the states. The state says, school leaders from across the state says. What do you think about that? What is happening there?
I think that is, okay, well, let me go back. We are losing teachers due to teachers are retiring, they're aging, and as they grow older, they are choosing to do something else. Back in the day, you could go to a public school and the teacher knew your parents. When they were young, they know you, they know your kids. It was a generational thing. But because of the inequities, meaning that when I'm in the classroom, I should have everything I need in that classroom. If I'm in a computer lab, I should have a computer for every student. I should have a laptop for every student or a disk drive for every student, and it's not happening. So when you couple that with the, also don't forget we are still suffering the effects of the takeover and the disrespect of the teaching profession. Look back in the colleges. You have some colleges that have closed their programs because they have no students that want to be teachers anymore. Mm-hmm. So the College of Education can't even find candidates.
Okay, we got
so
that.
Yes,
we good.
Hire your younger teachers to try to do something different because they have other skills. Okay,
we good.
And
we good.
difficult.
We good. We good. I mean, you're so thorough. So that's. But they say that the low income and the folks who have children of color, those are the districts that seems to be suffering in terms of trying to maintain or obtain good teachers at this point. So is there a problem?
That would be quite true.
Okay, that's good. That's all. That's all. We just want to get a good update in terms of what's happening there. Hold on, please. Okay. And oh, by the way, when I come back to you, if there's anything going on with the political race or the situation, can you kind of hit us up on that a little bit, please?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Leo Bazile of Oakland, California, is there anything that struck your attention span this particular time that we've been off?
Well, again, I told you that, I'm most concerned about getting our economy going back up here in California. And right now, the key to moving the next phase of our economy has been to get the schools open. So that's what we're looking forward to. I'm glad you're talking to Ms. Broughton about what's going on with the schools, because we got a lot of women that are trapped at home, can't get out in the workforce because of child care and everything. So we got a lot of issues around women and children that need to be addressed, and I think they're going to be addressed given the widespread scope of women participation in the political process. And the takeover of a lot of offices by women should bring a lot of sensitivity to a lot of issues that involve women and children.
So do you feel that the process of, now that we've gone through all of the at-home situation with the children and staying at home for your work, is this a situation we're noticing they say that the people are returning to work, or that situation, but in terms of the women, that returning to work is kind of more difficult, like you said, because of the children situation of schools and child care and all of the other particulars? Kind of bundle that up for us, Mr. Leo Bazile.
Well, we're getting a clearer picture of a lot of problems that have been under the radar that have popped up because of this COVID situation, and those problems have been there festering for years. But also, because of this, we have another set of new problems that have emerged, because we have now found out who are essential workers in these kinds of national security situations, who should be out there working, keeping the economy going, and therefore when they are dropped out, like women are, we've got to have a procedure for taking care of them during the dropout period.
Okay, thank you. Miss, for the world, let me go through this particular, Ms. Broughton?
Yes.
Like I said, we're trying to get ready, and I want to do a quick understanding that Detroit is doing the districts races. And prior to the charter changing it from open, everybody had to compete. We'd have 40 to 65, 80 people. I believe at one point there was almost 85 people that was applying for the city council races as such.
Correct.
Tell me, how can we go from that type of participation for the people to whereby we have 7 districts, 2 open positions, and we have, going into the preliminary, what type of, is everybody competing in all 7 districts, or for the preliminary? Is it going to be a preliminary in all the districts? And would you explain to the
one district?
Excuse me, one moment. One moment. Would you please also explain to the world what we mean when we're talking about going into a preliminary election, and how many people do we need to have a preliminary for each district to have a preliminary?
Okay, so it's a runoff, and you need 2 people, right? Because in Detroit, you have a Democratic side of candidates, and you have a Republican side of candidates. Even though it has been reported in the newspaper that Detroit has preferred Democratic candidates. So for the list that I was going over, it doesn't have to say, I guess, right now next to their name whether they're Democratic or Republican. But, for example, in the city of Detroit, for the mayor's position, there are confirmed 14 different candidates. And then
when you have 14 different candidates, and you have an incumbent mayor.
Yeah, so you have 13 plus the incumbent.
So now, in terms of folks talking about making a change, do you have a listing of besides the mayor, the next 2, 3, and 4 position persons in your position, your mind, in terms of what the people are looking at?
Yes, and let me tell you something that's really curious, real quick. It's been quiet. It's been really, really quiet. Don't know if that's on purpose or if they're trying to get money together to get on your major stations without calling out names.
Okay.
So the people,
but that's
the way Detroiters look at it, you have. Did you want me to call the names? There are 3 people.
Here, let me interfere real quick, and I'm going to jump out. What I want for time consent is the people that right now have said, here's my name. I qualified for the ballot because I got the names. I got my people to sign my petitions. So they're qualified, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now on this station, we have stated that folks who are running for office, they can come on in. It can be inexpensive for you to come and run for office. If you are bold enough to put your name and go out and ask your friends for their support, then you must be bold enough to check and find out where it is that you can get your name out in front of the other parts of the public. And we're saying right here at the station, we have programs as well as the station. They're saying, check with us. See what you can do with our programs right here.
Right.
So in terms of talking about waiting for money and getting money, this station is not a process where you got to have a whole mile of money. I'm just saying that to just add to what you were saying. Please continue.
Yeah, so saying that right now, I won't call out names, but in the mayor race, there are 3 major candidates.
No, I want the names. I want the names.
Their name and history.
Yeah, I want the names of the first 1, 2, 3, 4 persons.
Okay. You have Anthony Adams.
Okay.
You have Tom Barrow.
Okay.
You have Dieta.
That's okay. No. I was talking about the top 2, 3 persons.
Okay, so
okay, that's
Tom
good.
Barrow and Anthony Adams.
Okay. So that will run over into the preliminary, right?
August 5th here in Detroit, Michigan is when they eliminate.
So after the preliminary, what happens there? What happens during the preliminary? Your first, how many people will move on past the preliminary for the actual mayor race?
It would be 2, and it goes to November.
It'll be 2?
2, and it goes to November.
So that
the
means
top 2.
The top 2, and then the top 2 will include the mayor, correct?
Correct.
So it'll be the mayor and 1 of the 13.
Correct.
So okay, got you. We'll get more information. And while we're coming back, do you have any information while I go to Mr. Leo Bazile or family? If you got a question, if you got a comment, of course you can make that call to 313-868-0351, and we can take your thoughts on whatever it is that you want to talk on, because we're going to shift shortly. But I want to give the world understanding to in Detroit. We are preparing for the mayor's race and the replacement of our city council folks, because I believe we have, how many folks who have left the council now, who are leaving the council, Ms. Broden?
4.
4. So that's quite a bit of replacement. Hold on a minute, just a moment. Mr. Bazile.
Yes, sir.
Out of a 7-person city council, with of course 2 at large, replacing 4 council members that you know, it's not about them being defeated, but we know that those seats will be open for new people. Is that a big change for council? Is that a potential good change? Or what is your thoughts on your history with running for city council and being on city council?
Well, if you have a non-incumbent race, meaning that the person that's in the office who has recognition with the public and the constituents doesn't have that advantage, unless the person coming in for that non-incumbent seat is somebody like Billy E. Jones, who's on the media every day, and people would know that name from the media, that's now moving over into politics. But most of the time, it's good to have a non-incumbent race because you have two fresh new faces that are going to be contending with each other, and maybe you'll get some new issues addressed. Now, you mentioned something about Detroit that I'm confused on. You having these runoff elections and so forth, but you said something about the mayor is the person that's going to be in the race no matter what. I thought I heard that the mayor had to run in the preliminaries like everybody else, and then the top two people that emerged out of the mayor's race would run against each other. So if the incumbent mayor is not one of those top two, he doesn't get a chance to stay in, does he?
Well, I was laughing. Tim had your picture on. I was laughing. I was looking at Tim. I was laughing because Tim and I are, of course, from Oakland. And so I was kind of laughing with Tim about what we're talking about here, about this political situation and the things that happen, and it kind of gives us memories of Oakland when you're talking that way. I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
Yeah, so that's why I asked Ms. Broughton to give us some clarification when you go back to her on this mayor's race in Detroit, because we have no elections here in Oakland. This is a odd year. We have our elections on the even years.
Okay,
so
we're gonna
next one will be next year.
Okay, we're gonna go to that commercial break, and we're gonna come back with more on the Talk Beat Jones. And of course, family, we're gonna switch over. We're gonna do other things. I got some announcements to make about things that's happening that may interest your thoughts on the Talk Beat Jones. Remember, every Wednesday, on Wednesdays, it will live from 10 to 11 a.m. And of course, there's a repeat broadcast. Why? Because of your demands, your comments, your sharing, and wanting folks to see us. So on Sunday nights from 8 to 9 p.m., through the generosity of this wonderful, great station, Mr. R.J. Watkins, Mr. Henry Tyler, and you, the family, for making this a popular program. Thank you. We'll be back after these commercial announcements. I am Billy E. Jones.
We have an array of products to assist you in all your beauty or body needs. Do you want curly, soft, beautiful hair? Well, try our Relaxer line, designed to leave your hair soft, silky, and full of body. Or would you like beautiful, straight, shiny, long-lasting hair? Well, try our Cherry or Extreme Hold Spritz with our Cream Shine. It's guaranteed to give you that look you want. How about dry, achy feet or legs that you can't seem to keep moisturized? Well, try our African Shea Butter Foot Lotion. We have many products to help you with all phases of your beauty and body needs. For a full list of all our products, please visit our website at www.aeasysilk.com or call us at 313-277-2319.
Hi, this is LaWanda.
This is R.J. Watkins.
Coming to you to bring you some information about the #1 detox in the nation, Lemon Burn. Lemon Burn helps to turn the fat into fit. It's for you, a happier, healthier you, because you know healthy is the new beautiful. An all-natural way to improve your health. It promotes a healthy digestive system, attacks and reduces belly fat, as well as gives you energy. Need to get yours today. Call 313-868-6612.
Don't forget to exercise and eat right.
Watch WHPR and TV 33 when you want, where you want, how you want. WHPR is now in your pocket. Download our free app by going to the App Store or Google Play and enter WHPR TV in the search engine. And there we are. You can download WHPR TV or radio. You heard about it. Now come be a part of it. Roku, Detroit, worldwide. Approximately 8 million viewers. We at Watkins Broadcasting care about the health and safety of our viewers and listeners. During this novel coronavirus pandemic, please protect yourself and others. Wash your hands well and often. Avoid touching your face. Cough and sneeze into your sleeve. Practice social distancing. Stay at least 6 feet away from others when in public and only leave the house when it's essential. Stay safe. You are important to us.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones, and Wonderful day, great day, whatever time, wherever you are. It's a wonderful day. And family, can you do this? Just kind of put your hands together and just feel the love running through yourself. Because you remember one thing, you can't really love nobody else if you don't love yourself first. Sometimes you have to reach out and hug yourself because there's nobody else but you. And it's okay. It's okay. This is the Talk Beat Jones. Once again, I am Billy Jones. And again, remember the program is on the air every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11 live. And of course, we appreciate you liking and sharing the program. And again, Sunday nights from 8 to 9 p.m., you can watch the rerun of the Talk Beat Jones. Just before I come back to my guest hosts, and they're not guest hosts, they're the team of Talk Beat Jones, and I'm a part of that team. So it's the three of us working to get it greater, better for you. GOP leaders, and again, I'm trying to find a light in here. The House Republican leadership. Here we go. Kevin McCarthy said Tuesday that he won't support a proposal to form an independent bipartisan commission to study the deadly January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, almost certainly eroding GOP support ahead of a vote and positioning his party as opposed to investigations of the attack. McCarthy said he wanted the new panel to look. I don't care about all that other stuff. The thing is, you can see what is really going on with the Republican Party and the fact that they do not believe, and you got the people who are kissing the ring of you know who as we're moving forward. Ms. Michelle Broten?
Yes.
Mr. Leo Brazil had a question. I'm going to try to tap and see if it works. If it don't work.
Wait. Okay.
Okay. If it don't work, no tap. Just talk to him. Just he wants to know about. Let him ask you. Leo, what was that question that you had for Ms. Broten?
Well, you had mentioned that in the mayor's race there was going to be a runoff, and you said that whoever it is would run against the mayor, and I didn't understand that because I thought the mayor was also in the primary to see if he could even get to be the person, the top two.
Yes, but okay, I'll let her explain that to you real quickly.
Of a primary, which is a runoff, and they're going to vote in August. Everybody is a candidate. And Mr. Jones said, the mayor plus the other people, because in Detroit is name recognition. So for a good example, and anybody can fact check this, Mike Duggan was late, or so it was reported. There were financials he didn't put in to be a valid candidate, which would disqualify him. But then the next day, the clerk came back and said it was their mistake, so now he's a viable candidate. Same thing when he ran the first time. He didn't have what he needed to be a candidate, so they said you could write yourself in, and then they did a write-in campaign. So the seat is vacant, it's up for grabs, but because in the city of Detroit, people are either loyal for no reason or name recognition, in the newspaper of Detroit newspaper, with these significant other folks, are saying that Mike Duggan has a chance, and the better chance to being the next mayor versus any candidate in the race has a lesser chance.
Okay, hold on.
But the seat is up for grabs, and whoever does the best campaign shall win the seat.
Yes. Now, the folks to understand it even further with that, and that's an excellent understanding. I'm back here going through all types of gyrations because you got me going, girl, lady, please. Like I said, this is going to get good, but for the simplicity is that the mayor is on the ballot. He is already a two-time mayor, and he is the solid person in front. Whomever come out of the preliminary, there will probably be one candidate, of course, that would be the leading candidate coming out the preliminary to challenge the mayor. So the mayor and that candidate will go into the finals. That's the bottom line. And we're wondering with the mayor and with 14 or 13 other folks competing, that's a whole lot of ballots, votes being divided up. You got that, Leo? To understand?
Yeah, I'll watch it unfold and get a better understanding.
Question to either one is, what about the bombs that's being dropped in Israel and the Palestines?
Well, that just brings us into what is going to be the number one foreign affairs issue. And clearly the Middle East remains in that position. Of course, the Taiwan Straits and China and Korea are always problems, but Israel has retained its number one position of conflict in the world.
Okay, and hold on, Michelle.
Yes.
From your perspective, you've got family and friends, and you have a large array of different folks. Have you had any problems or any person speaking to you about the fact that they're asking Joe Biden? They're saying, Joe Biden, you're supporting Israel, and you need to stop this situation. See, I'm kind of confused myself. I'm really kind of confused.
They've always had conflicts over there. And when America went over there to probably solve the problem, they didn't do a good job. I'm not exactly clear. And yes, I do have friends because I live next to a community that hosts a lot of those that are in their families are in the conflict. So they had a protest yesterday, and I did a drive-by just to see the numbers. They're very passionate about Joe Biden supporting one over the other. And it's just a sad story because the people that live here in Dearborn, Michigan, believe that the current president is allowing their family members to be murdered. So I need to look at that and find out really strategically what is the power move and why is it that they have the opinion that American forces, the president is supporting somebody that is killing their family members. It's a sad situation.
Well, also, the question is, after all of these years, why would it be the thought, again, you're speaking to a person who's kind of not informed about this conflict. So I say that to the world when I ask this question. In all of my time that I've been around, there's been this conflict. Right. So my good brothers and sisters that are saying, Joe, you need to step in and make this not happen. Is there any president that can step across the world line and tell another country to stand down, or can just say, y'all going to stop? With this country, with those folks, when I say my folks over there, yes, our brothers and sisters, have had the history of this constant conflict. Is there any way that America has been able, can stop it at this point? Because when the people in Dearborn are saying out there, and I support, America needs to step in and stop the bombs. Do you see any way that this can happen, Michelle?
I wouldn't believe that they would respect our president, because if he doesn't have a relationship with them or their leaders, how could that happen? But maybe the question is, can America stop supplying them with the war weapons? Because again, I'm not sure. I don't know who is America supplying. It's the supply and demand. So if you have two people in conflict and our country is supplying one and not the other, then that would be the point of view. So it might be, can you stop supplying other folks?
Okay, thank you.
But see, that might be a question. That is a question, okay, because I don't know. I'm saying, okay, I don't know that part.
Okay.
But that would be a part, because when you see it on CNN, and I'm sorry to be calling out names like that, but I see it visually and it looks horrible.
Okay.
How can our president stop that? I don't know.
Okay. I'm sorry, wait. You were about to say something. Michelle,
Yes.
I'm sorry, you were about to add the last little bit and I cut you.
Oh, I said, unless our country is the supplier, I don't know how we can stop it.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Leo Brazil, we're having family, again, the number that in case anyone chooses to call and say anything different, you have that opportunity. But like I stated, people are enjoying what you're doing, how you're doing it, Mr. Leo and Michelle and Billy, of course. But to mask or unmask Mr. Leo Brazil, what is your thoughts on that?
Well, again, you know, I love politics, and so I'm with it every day and on it every minute, just about. But most people don't think about politics, and they forget about things that just occurred. Now, what's going on in Israel right now? Like I said, it's the hot spot of the world, and it's going to always be there because it's been there for 2,000 years. Jerusalem has been in the news. So here we are now trying to figure out the next iteration of this struggle. And we forget what just happened about 3 weeks ago. You know where Israel is located geographically. So about 3 weeks ago, what geographically happened when a ship got turned around in the wind and blocked that canal?
Okay.
What happened?
Mr.
The
Brazil.
whole world almost was coming to a stop. And that's why Israel is so important to the United States and world commerce, because it's sitting on that canal.
If you were talking,
want to make sure that canal.
Hold on, Mr. Leo. If you were talking as a Panther, how would you say it? Talk to me now.
And that's why Israel is so important to the United States and the world, and that's one of the reasons why they're not going to rush in there and try to do nothing with the Israeli government without talking first.
Because there's a special interest for the Israel to do what now? Please repeat what you just said.
That Suez Canal. Remember when that ship, that container ship?
That's okay. Just tell me what it is.
Remember when the container ship went sideways and blocked the canal, and they couldn't figure out how to turn that ship around, and all the commerce of the shipping of the world had to go all the way around the Cape in Africa, the extra long trips?
I'm sure we don't remember that. But I'm saying that's
what I'm talking about. People that do remember it should go back and look at what that canal being blocked did to world trade.
Well, here's where I'm. Let me tell you about this family. Is I know that some folks will say you can go and look it up, or you can go. But I'm saying on the Talk B. Jones, if we have that information, tell us, tell the world. I'm one of those folks say I don't want to have to go read. If I got somebody who knows the information, give it to me straight up. Give it to me straight up, but make it truthful. And that's the difference with the Talk B. Jones, is our folks gonna give it to you truthful. Going back to the mask situation, there was the question about the fact that now they're saying you don't have to wear the mask if you've had your injection, your shot in the arms.
I love it.
You love it. You love the fact that
because we're making progress.
Hold on a moment. This is Talk B. Jones again. I'm Billy Jones, and can I get your first name and where you're calling from and your thoughts, please?
Excuse me. Hello.
Yes, you're live. Give me your first name and where you're calling from, what city, state, and.
My name is Mubarak Hakeem. I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Okay, go right ahead, bro. Thank you for calling.
So I just wanted to pass information to you in terms of what you and the gentleman. The Jews are the richest and the wisest, but the wicked of all the Caucasian people. They really run the world. So therefore, run the government here in the United States. And when Obama was with us, he had to deal with the Jews and all of the other presidents. So therefore, you're dealing with a society that's always historically by the Jewish people. If you go into the historical bibliography of the Jews from the time
bro,
from Europe on down,
excuse me, brother,
you have to get that relevant information. And
hold on just a moment. Hold on, my brother. Now, what you have to understand is this is a short-term program. I don't have a long-term for you to give it to me longhand. You got to give it shorthand because I don't have a lot of time. Please, I do want you to put it in. Talk to me, please. Thank you.
Okay, but passed on the relevant information, but I'll just say to your listening audience, as well as yourself, sir, people have to deal with critical research and study.
Critical research in terms of what, sir? Hello?
Sure, I'm listening.
No, I was saying you said that people have to do critical research. I'm saying when you say critical research, what area you're speaking of real quickly, please?
Israel and the history of the Jewish people and dealing with Israel.
So are you
people.
so you're saying that I need to take the time to go and study the history of Israel and etc. to understand what's going on? Is that what you're telling me?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. All right, study the history. Michelle?
Yes.
Where we are in terms of the folks that's running for the city council, in which we only have folks that's only have 2 people that have qualified for those city council races. Do they have to go through, are those council seats going to be voted on in the preliminary, or will they just go through?
Oh, no. Because in District 7, you have 9 people running. So they have to, August, they have to go through the same vetting. We'll vote in August and bring it down to 2. And then in November, the one that comes out in November will have the seat.
Okay, what we're speaking of, there's a city council races that only have 2 candidates.
They still have to run. So what they traditionally have done in Detroit is not run in August if there's no Republican, and they run in November. They still have to get the vote of the people.
Okay, but for the people to get clarity, for the folks to get clarity, Republicans, Democrats, whatever we may have, is that 2 people are registered to be qualified to be on the ballot in 2 or 3 districts. Only 2 people. Do those people automatically qualify for the runoff? I understand it's going to be the preliminary vote, but after that, they are on the final vote to find out who actually wins the seat.
Okay, so listen. The list is only one district that has 1 person. And since there's only 1, you won't need to call her name. It's only 1. So she won't have to
Wait,
do anything
wait,
in August, but they will have to vote her in.
Hold on. Michelle, we're not doing a nameless thing. If you got somebody's name and you're doing something, please give me the name. Thank you.
Okay, so Mary Sheffield is in District 5. She does not have anybody challenging her. But they will still vote for her. Even if she votes for herself, she's city council person for District 5.
In District 6, how many people are running in District 6?
There are 4 people in District 6.
Okay.
So there will be an August primary for that.
So District 5 is the only district that has only 1 or 2 people running?
It only has 1 person.
No, okay. Is there no other districts with only 2 people besides District 5?
No.
Okay.
Everybody else has 4 or more.
Okay, then there's some misinformation being distributed is what I was trying to bring out. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Right.
Because
That's misinformation.
Thank you. So, folks, this is why you want to listen and get the information from the Talk Beat Jones, because what we do is we kind of clear up some stuff that's being spread across the universe. You get it clearly right here on the Talk Beat Jones. Thank you, Michelle, for going through that with me, but I wanted to get some clarity for folks who've been getting some misinformation. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Brazil.
Yes, sir.
As you're looking at the world, what is our greatest issue coming into 2021, 2022 with the Republicans and how they're doing the voting procedure? The changes.
Well, as a black person, that should be the number one issue for us as a people. as individuals, we are concerned about the economy and our families and so forth. But as a group, as an ethnic group, black people in America, we have been fighting to be not second-class citizens, but to be first-class citizens. We have to fight to even get to be classified as second-class, because that's citizenship. But now that we are citizens and a vote is our most powerful instrument, the opponents of our progress as a people are trying to stop our power as a voter. And so they are instituting rules all over the states to try to suppress our vote, and I hope we're not going to go for it. I hope that incentivizes us to even more so get out and vote, make sure our cousin Pookie put those dominoes down and go to the polls for a few minutes to take care of our future for our grandchildren.
Question, though, is that as they are passing these new rules for the voting procedures, if the situation has been passed and these changes have been made, then we are in a position, do we complain or do we put ourselves in a position to go ahead and make our changes so that we will be able to vote?
Well, again, that's what I told you. I'm using my cousin Pookie. You know, he talks stuff, all smack all the time, playing dominoes. He know everything about what's going on in the world. But then when come time, election day, to come around where he can get out there and make some of that mouth into some policy, oh, man, I ain't got time for that, man. They're going to do what they want to do. And, you know, all that kind of ignorance. I hope that we as a people have gotten over that and are moving on. And I'm going to bust Cousin Pookie upside the head if he don't go down there and vote, because he's submerging my grandchildren.
Do you know that they do have a situation where you cannot strike young folks?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, now let's try this now. Family, there is a, let me ask Michelle. Michelle?
Yes.
There is the state to restore the work search rule to keep your supplement income for unemployment. So now they're saying that if you do not fill out or do the thing about telling them if you're actually going out looking for work, at the end of the month, this rule will start. And if you don't go out to actually show them you're looking for work and accepting work, whatever work is extended to you, you may have to accept it in order to stay on unemployment. How will this be beneficial for all of the black folks who have been out of work, that now need work, but receiving unemployment? That's one. But the folks who were not qualified for unemployment, there's jobs available. How does this work out for the folks out here in Michigan? Because you still get the $300 supplement per week if you show them you're looking for work.
That is an unfair rule. I understand what you're saying. However, it's back to capitalism. The owners that own companies are complaining that their workforce won't come back for a job that's less than $15 an hour. So the government decided to put the squeeze on the little people and say, hey, you don't want to go back to work, we're going to cut your benefits. And they're going to force them back into the work field without that increase of pay. So it's another punishing the people that have the least.
When you say without that increase in pay, I didn't quite understand that, because help me to understand.
Okay,
during
so
this time,
supposedly are jobs out here, right?
Okay,
but
right.
Before we had coronavirus hitting us, there was a movement of getting paid $15 an hour, right?
Okay.
And that movement has seemed to stop due to COVID. You can't go out, you can't march, you can't assemble and be in crowds and things like that. So the minimum wage jobs need labor. And the labor force currently are making more money on unemployment than they would at those low-paying jobs. That's the issue.
Okay,
So
but
the person that's trying to give you this low-paying job is complaining to the government that they can't find workers, and therefore they're going to lose their business.
now let us also understand that they're telling folks that if you go out to these jobs, you can get a bonus payment for your unemployment to get off unemployment. They're also talking about the fact that some of the jobs pay has gone up. But I hear you, because even with those situations, a job may call me, and it may only be making $15 or $13, and he say, well, you got to take that job, otherwise you're going to lose your unemployment.
Right.
And, okay.
That's what they're trying to do.
Hold on a moment. Leo, did we ever go through that situation in Oakland, California, whereby people who were on unemployment could not find jobs, period, or just decided not to go back to work?
Well, we've got tons of jobs. In fact, what Michelle just said is the truth. If the jobs that are out there open are paying less than what the unemployment is paying, then why would you go and take that job and not stay on unemployment?
Okay, but
well, one of the reasons is unemployment would be terminated after a while, and maybe that job will last a lot longer. So you'd be better off going back to work and taking that job at lesser money than making more money on unemployment that's going to run out. I don't know how people work that.
Well,
but again, those arguments that are being made, I'm glad you're bringing it up for those people that are in the workforce. I'm not in the workforce and haven't been there for almost 20 years. I love it.
all right. Well, give us an opportunity to hear Leo say goodbye to the world, and the fact that we hope to see you back next week. But do it quickly.
Yes, sir. See you next week, brother.
Oh, don't have to just say it like that, because it's the other folks want to know about Mr. Leo Brazil.
Well, there's nothing to know about me other than I just turned 78 years old on May the 12th, and I'm just, like I said, I'm enjoying life. I'm looking out at that beautiful California sun.
Let me do this. See, folks, Leo does not get what I'm trying to do. He's very, very comfortable in his situation where he is, but the folks, this matter is, we're trying to get him known. We're trying to get you to understand what his background, who he really is, not this comfortable person. Not this comfortable person. Yeah, we know he's got a good lifestyle. He's got all these things going on, but I want him to talk to you, and we're going to work on that. Mr. Leo, we got to let you go. We'll see you next week. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Okay. My Black Panther, I want you to growl. Okay, bye now, brother. Okay. Miss Michelle Broughton, would you please give us your last thoughts, please?
My last thought is I want my family to stay safe, pay attention, watch what's coming down the road, and to stay safe, get vaccinated, talk to your doctors, whatever your situation is, so I can see you next week, talk to you. If you have questions, I'm going to keep my ears to the ground so I'll have answers.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you. My team members, Mr. Leo Brazil and Miss Michelle Broughton, coming to you from around the world on Talk Beat Jones. Thank you very much. Okay, Michelle?
All right.
Bye-bye now. And family, remember, the Talk Beat Jones is for you. It's for you. Each week we want to bring to you things and situations that you can learn from, things that you can talk to your family about, some clarity when you listen to the Talk Beat Jones. Again, I am Billy Jones, and we certainly love you. We appreciate all of you sharing, liking the program, and telling folks about the Talk Beat Jones. Again, every Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. and repeat broadcast on Sundays from 8 to 9. And of course, you're sharing. We love you, appreciate you, respect you. Peace. Bye now. You wouldn't have to go anywhere, because this is the Talk Beat Jones, and